I'm like 16 years old. I've been taking motherfucking Paxil since I was 16 years old. You know? Woo-hoo-hoo! That shit has formed my personality. I play with it every now and then. You know, I take it for about a year, and then I'm like, dude, I feel fucking great. I feel great. I don't need this shit. I'm cured. So I stopped taking it.
Been there.
And about a month later, I'm like, what the fuck?
That's when you write your best songs.
And that's when I write my best song. You know, you take it, you get off. You take it, you get off. Take it, you get off. And then you finally realize that's the shit that was making you feel okay, bro. And, you know, so. Been there, done that. Yeah, got the t-shirt. Mm-hmm. So I remember that was the first time when my mom looked at me after I'd sang that song to her, and she was just like, despite how much pain she might have been going through, I mean, I was 16 years old, that must have been like hurting. And I don't understand where that came from, because I had a good life. You know, my parents loved me, but I just didn't know why I felt so sad all the time as a young kid. And I remember my mom saying that was just so beautiful, and I'm so proud of you. And I think I know why God put you on this earth now. And she said that, and I was just like, all right. And that's when I told her, about a year later, not that, but about a year later, I said, hey, I'm not going to college. I'm gonna start a band. Because remember what you said that night? Yeah, but they gave me a loan, you know, to make the answers. And it was a loan. I paid that shit back. The way I grew up is if I wanted something, I had to work for it. Whether it be, hey, I want some money for some now-laters. Well, go pick up the dog shit in the back. Hey, I want some money to go get pizza with my girlfriend. Well, mow the fucking lawn. You know, so I always respected that about my parents. I always worked for what I wanted, and I love them for bringing me up that way. So yeah, I just wanted to start this out that way. And ever since that time when I made the answers, and thank God to my parents, and thank God for just something up there giving me this honesty streak. I needed to sing it for some reason, and some of you needed to hear it, and ever since then we've been bonding for the last 16, 17 years. I am truly blessed to have all of you in my life. Seriously blessed, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life right now. So with that, a few people have compiled some questions, and I'm gonna, all right. What advice would you give someone in that dark spot to get them to the end of the tunnel without it being a train? First of all, let me understand the question. What advice would you give someone in the dark spot? If someone's in their dark spot, the best advice that was ever given to me was, don't leave until before the miracle happens. You know, don't leave because you haven't seen the best yet. You might be in some dark places, but through those places we grow. And that's just my opinion. I'm not Dr. Phil or anything. I'd love his bank account, but I'm not him. But yeah, that's the best advice I could ever give someone is don't leave before the miracle happens. And yeah, that's it. Oh, these are. Have you fully grasped how big of an impact you have made on Earth in people's lives? No, I haven't. And, thanks. You can say it all day long, but I'll just be like, you guys are fucking nuts. I I feel the same way about you guys. Without you guys, I'd be bashing my head against the wall, you know what I'm saying? So, I get asked that a lot, you know. I really don't know what to say to those things. But thank you.
We love you!
Oh, I love you too. All right. Consent to Treatment. Released 2000. I was nervous as fuck. As fuck being the operative words there. Signed to a major label, or in other words, got a big bank loan from this big ass company that I had to pay back. George Winston played on the album. He's a pianist. I loved him. Rock format. This is back when Limp Bizkit and Korn were like killing the airwaves, you know? And then little old Blue October comes up with their sappy ass songs and you know what I'm saying? I loved Korn. I really loved Korn. They were a great fucking band. That's began abusing drugs. I didn't just use drugs. I had to take every one of them in the room. I was addicted to more. Band became a team, but I hid the whole drug thing very well. I hid it very well. It became a personality trait of mine. People thought it was interesting. Blue Miller taught me how to write a song. Then we got dropped. During that time, I was still trying to make sense of this whole depression thing. Taking Paxil. As I got older, I didn't really know how to explain to anybody what was happening. As stress started to build, started hearing things that weren't necessarily really there. And I didn't know how to explain that. So once again, I couldn't tell it to a shrink. I had to tell it in song. And this was on the Consent to Treatment album. This was probably my favorite song of that. Silver plated, numb and gone, and Jesus resting on my thumb. The hard to reach malaria. I've got the mood that seems to scare ya. Yeah, I'm paranoid and self-destroyed. Believe me, Lord, I'm so sorry. I've got the mood that seems to bury ya. I've got the nightmare called schizophrenia. I cry, and I don't know why. The fever becomes my home. I cry, and I don't know why. The fever becomes my home. Becomes my home. It becomes you have a gentle way of calming, and I haven't felt that way since 1993 when my mother held me. I bet you're waiting for the long sob story of how I was mistreated again. No, 'cause no, I wasn't built that way. I was strong and fucking desperately brave, and I didn't scare ya. Schizophrenia. cry, and I don't know why fever becomes my home. And I cry, and I cry, and I don't know why fever becomes my home, becomes my home.